now has to get better to meet customer expectations, and they're going to continue to try to tune it. And then when you look at something like that and crowdsource, well, it's not so different to other things they want to do. They want to clean your home. They want to service your home. They want to get access to your front door so they can do these things in your home. And in some cases, they may be employees. In some cases, they may be crowdsourced. So crowdsource is already showing its signs of being an important part of the future of providing services to customers. And I can envision it being more in the future.
Very interesting stuff. And then, what's your take on the bear case for Amazon? What potentially could go awry here besides Donald Trump this past week?
Certainly messing things up for everyone. The senior people are making a lot of money now. Their stock's worth a tremendous amount.
Mm-hmm.
They've been at it for 10, 20 years. I'm impressed that the fraternity of SVPs and VPs is still so strong. They enjoy working with each other. They show up every day. They work hard. But at some point, they're going to have to retire. At some point, they're going to get tired. And will it all happen at once? And because the stock will go up so much, it's too good. I do think about that, and I am in awe that they continue to operate with such continuity today. But I do wonder, they're going to retire, and then is that next tier, the younger tier, ready? And the SVP bench does not have that many younger people. They tend to be more the mature leaders, so they have to add more to the SVP team. So there are younger SVPs and older SVPs, and I think that mix is happening. I think they're changing who's on the S team, adding to the S team.
I see.
Other things that I could see making it a bear case. It used to be more fun as a company when it was smaller, it was more intimate. And now it's the same grind as it used to be. So you used to have the grind, the same toughness, but it was small. There was more energy. There was more spirit. And now it's just hard and big. So it's a little bit less intimate and maybe a little bit harder to inspire people.
Oh, okay.
I do wonder if that's going to be an issue for them to scale the enthusiasm, because to get people to work that hard, you have to constantly keep them motivated. But it's harder. And part of the motivation comes from access to leadership and being inspired by them. Well, it's even harder to have access to some of the leadership today because there's so many more people. Other things that come to mind, clearly Seattle has its limits as to how much talent it could provide, but they'll deal with that with a second headquarters, and they'll nail that.
Okay.
Get the talent pool they need somewhere else. I already spoke about poaching. Is that going to be an issue? I think it'll go on, but probably not going to be a horrible issue. I wonder, well, what's Walmart and everyone else going to do? And, or at least looking at just their retail business. They're all banding together, finding partners, trying to create the anti-Amazon offering. And will any of them really be able to touch it? Well, Walmart's prices are great. And will Walmart ever be able to get their shit together to take on Amazon? At least from the grocery and some of the retail products, they're the only contender. It's not Target. It's Walmart, and they're trying super hard. And the battle is just heating up now between them. potential points of failure. It's a good service for everybody, but it's not a perfect service. It's very hard to predict the exact time that the food is actually going to arrive because of all these variables. Is that what kept Amazon out of it for a while? Are they going to come back in? By then, did Uber nail this whole segment, or are they not worried about it because they're just going to put kitchens in Whole Foods and you could get your groceries delivered at the same time as you get your dinner delivered?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but it's sort of surprising to see they didn't continue to step in.
That is interesting. Yeah, I did some research on Grubhub. I was working on a project about Grubhub, and yeah, it seemed like most people I talked to for that felt like Uber Eats was the biggest threat to Grubhub, more of a threat than Postmates or Amazon or DoorDash. And a couple people said that they were kind of surprised Amazon hadn't come with a better offering, but they just felt like they hadn't seen Amazon make it a major priority at that stage.
That's right. So it's a conscious decision. So why didn't they? Because the plates are full? Could be. Did they lose out on what could be eventually tens of billions of dollars of food delivery? I don't know. Or they really have a plan through Whole Foods, and it's okay that they're dormant because then they come and nail everybody next year or in 2 years.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea which one of these. But when talk about bearish today, is this an example where there's this little vulnerability and Uber stepped in and
right,
piece? Right.
And you don't see? Do you see any like looming realistic like regulatory threat at this point, or is that kind of a far off scenario that
Well, taxes are already done. Like that's already taken care of. So regulatory on that side.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything that's imminent.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything that's imminent. It's going to be a rocky road just because they're such a good target for everybody to pick on.
Right.
Because the number of employees they have, the number of vehicles they're going to have on the road, et cetera, everyone's just going to pick on them like they pick on Uber. Their 350,000 drivers for Flex are an example of if there's a regulatory change in how you look at crowdsourced drivers for Uber or anybody, the whole gig economy. That could flip a switch, right? The 350,000 drivers, all of a sudden, if they're considered employees, okay, there's consequences. But they could always say it's not worth it at that point and shut it down and move it back over to one of the other delivery solutions. They're not bound by anyone. They have multiple. Whichever one is cheapest is the one they should use.
What's your kind of overall take on Amazon and how its next 5 years will play out? Do you see it, just continuing to largely stay on the current course? And
I'm holding my stock. I'm still bullish. I look at how important they are in my consumer life. And they continue to be very relevant, and the standard that we operate as a family for procuring things. So from a retail perspective, I'm still bullish. They're still going to extract more out of me and out of North America. Less and less because the penetration is already so high. But still bullish on that. AWS, the pie's growing, and they'll maintain a good piece of that pie. And then all the new businesses that are coming. I want my groceries delivered by them. I want some of those new services that are coming, health insurance or whatever it might come from them. I trust them. I want them to clean my home, which is one of the new services that are coming out. They put the lock on the front door and they have cleaners come to the home. I want someone to clean my home, and I want it with a trusted third party, and I trust them. So I'm still very bullish because they protected the brand.